Alright. Think we're just say I'm on air. Excuse me for a second. And that's what happens when you live in Arizona. Freaking all the freaking dust and everything just basically, long story short, kind of hits me throat per se, no homo. But yeah, so I don't believe anyone's in here yet, but that will change very soon. Just go to my channel. Let's see. It's been a while. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, because it's been a while, and thanks to classic YouTube and my laptops, and even though it's a different laptop, it seems like every time I get a laptop and I try to upload a video via YouTube, like straight from my webcam, it's just like it always screws up, and I have absolutely no idea why it does that. There's literally no reason for it. Like, I can't really think of one reason for it. But yeah, typical my luck and BS, really. So, just look at this. God, it's been like forever. How the hell did I do this? Like, I don't even remember how to do this. Okay, Google Plus says I'm on air right now. That's good. It's very good. Now, how come, like, obviously Google Plus and YouTube is connected, obviously, but how do I... Let me just go on Twitter and all that. Oh God, man. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't have any viewers yet right now, but I'm sure that will change. I swear, they changed this up since the last time I did it, because I don't remember any of this. I am not even joking. This is screen share. Oh God, hell no. Capture, TNA, cameraman, control room, YouTube, drive, remote desktop. That's a remote desktop. Excuse me. Put a little message chat thingy majiggy. Yeah, that's the thingy majiggy, alright? It's just been like a habit of mine ever since I was a kid. I was say younger. Okay. So it's weird because I remember like back in the day you could look at people's like just ignore the dog barking background, please. But anyways, like you could see other people's like you could see like go to their channel and see that they're streaming. Like, oh, so streaming. Like, but now I can't see it. Like I can't see myself streaming unless I go to Google Plus and I see it. It's kind of frustrating a little bit. So I'm at my home page. I should get Skype just in case somebody calls me Skype. Offline. Playlists, channels, discussion. that's what the comment section is now. Discussion. That is stupid. Oh, discussion. Discuss right here, folks. That section. Right. What the? Oh. Oh yeah, I could follow myself on my old YouTube account, but I can't even get on anymore. I've gone in years. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. Funny, supposedly people check out Google Hangouts. Yeah, like I only ever see myself doing stuff on Google Hangouts. I can mute myself. There we go. Yeah, you can mute yourself apparently. Desktop. Let's see what else we got here. Close settings. Under settings? Who can hang out with you? Okay, this might be it. I think that might do it. Okay. Audience, target audience. But you can target your audience, I know that. Alcohol, what the hell? Something like our freaking Twitter. I have quite a few people have me in their circles, so they should see me. See what else we got here. I remember seeing freaking Yayo do this last time. He got confused for a little while too. For some reason I got the Money in the Bank theme song stuck in my head. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Okay, I'm done. Me and my horrible, obviously poking fun way of singing. Say community, tags, likes, YouTube settings, managers. Yes, I want to create a new channel. But freaking ask me, do you want to create a new channel? That's all. Then I work my ass off trying to get this one back to the. Remember people used to make backup accounts? I remember back in the day when people would just love making backup accounts. That was one of them. Like, oh, just in case my channel gets flagged and crap, here's my backup account. Ah, those were the days. So like, oh, my backup account. Why am I here? Why did I just press that? Yeah. Just another link to that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. put hashtags on freaking Google Plus. Hangouts on air. Oh my god, that is horrible. Oh, wait, no, let's make it look up people doing that. Huh, never mind. Learn something new every day. Let me tell you something. If this doesn't work, I'll just freaking delete this. I'll probably just start talking about what I think right now in wrestling overall. 8 minutes or so. For the most part, I remember. I just maybe like a couple of things I go, oh crap, I forgot about it. You know what I mean? I hate when I do that when I do a video and I forget something, and someone asks me in the comment section like, oh, what about this? You didn't mention this happened. And I'm just like, cool. And I have to freaking write it and type it in the comment section. I'm too cool to have freaking like a drink with me right now. Anyways, so start off right now. Wow, I like how freaking I go to lordsofpain.com and the first article I see, Rosa Mendez getting more action now. Oh my god, my mind totally went in the gutter right there. I'm sorry. Like, it's just, come on, don't lie. That's the first thing you hear of. Oh my god, that is hilarious. Hey, someone's getting married on 12 videos? Someone's getting married. Oh, Eva Marie and Jonathan Coyle. Eva Marie. Wait, what the hell? What did I say? Wow, this one person in the comment section on Lords of Pain prefers freaking AJ over Eva Marie. Okay, you'd rather go with anorexic 12-year-old girl than an actual real woman. Okay, I'm gonna have fun with it. Dominance. Seriously. Caitlyn got married. God damn, all these bitches are getting married, dude. Ugh. Like, too, because every time, like, you see, like, the guys they're with, they're like, wow, total juice heads or total, like, ugh. Like, no homo, but ugh. Like, at least try to do better. But anyways, back to this original hangout before we talk about Total Divas getting married. So anyways, crap, what was I saying? Okay. WWE this week. Alright. I know I didn't make a Raw review because yours truly had technical difficulties, as I said earlier, when it comes to YouTube, and YouTube's been having this problem with me ever since like day one ever. Even when I get a new laptop, oh no, still the same problem. You know, YouTube. Whenever YouTube decides to let me upload a video straight from YouTube, whatever. You know, whenever I get a freaking actual, you know, video camera and crap. But nonetheless, WWE this week. What can I say about WWE this week? I know, you know, they officially added. They officially have the whole Money in the Bank. Well, let's just say not the Money in the Bank. They have the whole. How do I say this? The whole freaking world title ladder match. That's what I'm gonna call it. Not the people say, "Well, the Money in the Bank ladder match." Like, is there a briefcase on there? No, there's not. So stop calling it a freaking Money in the Bank ladder match. The WWE world title ladder match. They even have it on the website. I'm on it right now. And of course, they have Del Rio, Sheamus, Cesaro, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton himself, and Bray Wyatt. And you know, it's it's not okay. Most of these guys, if not all these guys, can work in the ring, but it's kind of obvious who's gonna win. It's obvious where WWE is gonna go from here because we all know Brock Lesnar most likely is coming back around SummerSlam, which is August, which is 2 months from now. So, most likely, somehow, some way, he's going to get a title shot. Kind of like The Rock did, part-time guy, very well known, obviously, one of the biggest superstars in the last decade, going to get a title shot. And Paul Heyman's probably going to say, oh, he beat The Undertaker's streak, so he gets a title shot. But anyways, let's try to break it down. Sheamus is not winning it. Let's face it, the guy is already United States champion. There's no point of him winning and losing United States champion. I don't think he's going to go that route. Del Rio, what the hell has Del Rio done in the last year? Like, the last relevant thing he did was have a small little feud with John Cena so he could drop the belt to him. We all know what happened afterwards. Cesaro, I know people are saying Cesaro because they want to see Cesaro versus Lesnar. And that would be a pretty physical match, to say the least. Pretty, I think, entertaining match. But I don't know if WWE really wants to go through it because Cesaro and Lesnar, to me, that's just like, that's a match more saved at, I think, more like Survivor Series. And I think we're going to be like, WrestleMania. I don't know if, do you guys really think, I know a lot of people like Cesaro, and I'm a fan of Cesaro, but do you really think Cesaro and Brock Lesnar just screams WrestleMania 31? That doesn't really scream it. Then you got Roman Reigns, who, I'm honestly mixed feelings. As a fan, I'm kind of iffy with Roman Reigns, like because I was one of the the few people that actually was a fan of Roman Reigns, like after like the first time he made his WWE television debut. And I was like, wow, this guy seems like he has the look, the fans I think could get into him, and whatnot. And now it's like, oh, everybody loves Roman Reigns now. He has the Shields theme, except for it's remixed and everything, but everybody loves Roman Reigns. And it's just at the point that it's like, okay, I'll admit, Roman Reigns is not the best in WWE in ring-wise. The guy, I know a lot of people like to make fun of John Cena for the 5 moves of doom. Let's face it. Roman Reigns does 3 things in a match. Superman punch, scream, spear, and it used to be 4 if he had the triple power bomb, but obviously the Shield not being together anymore. You minus that. So it's like, that's all he does. That and he flirts backstage. Like, no homo, but freaking Roman Reigns is a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking guy, so obviously the ladies like him. He was like, he used to flirt around with Renee Young backstage, and he tried to flirt with Vicky on Raw. So it's like, it's kind of funny how he tries to manipulate people by his looks and everything, but at the same time, it's like, he's gonna be one of those guys that I think like, oh, everybody loves him now, but in about a year or so, I think some people might begin to hate him. Those fans that love him might begin to hate him because, it's like, okay, yeah, I want him to be world champion, woo! And then let's just say he becomes world champion in a year, hypothetically speaking. They're going to be like, okay, I don't care for him as much. You know what I mean? Like, I think in some way it's kind of like the Daniel Bryan situation. Even though with Daniel Bryan, obviously he got a crappy storyline after he won the world title. But, let's face it, everybody wanted Daniel Bryan to be world champion. Oh, Daniel Bryan, world champion, woo! He becomes world champion. And then, it's not like he lost his fan base. Of course, he still has his fan base, and, he did have his fan base, still does. But at the same time, it's just, okay, now what? He's the world champion, now what? You know what I mean? So, that's what the whole Roman Reigns thing, and obviously, Doctor is going to get his nose into Roman Reigns' business, so they could set up Roman Reigns versus Triple H at SummerSlam. Yeah. Obviously that's the safer and logical way to go through in that situation. So then you move on to Roman Reigns, you move on to Randall Keith Orton, who, if there's a heel winning this match is probably Randall. I'm not saying he's winning this match, but if there was a heel to win, most likely Orton. Because, I mean, you gotta think in the future, a few months from now at least, Daniel Bryan's coming back. And I just mentioned about Daniel Bryan. He's probably gonna come back. He still, I think, has beef with the Authority because they stripped him of his title. Kane, injured him. And, I think freaking Yaya88 mentioned this last night how, him and Rollins could have an interesting feud. But the problem with that is, obviously WWE is trying to adapt to Seth Rollins. They're trying to give him this whole gimmick of his own, that he's evolved and that, he's a new person, he needs to be by himself. And, it's kind of an iffy situation because, okay, if Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan feud, either way it's not going to end well. Because if Daniel Bryan wins, you think, okay, well, Daniel Bryan won, that's cool and everything. But Seth Rollins just lost to a guy who just came off a freaking neck surgery and weighs and it's what, 5'10", you know what I mean? It's it doesn't look that great. But if you go in reverse, Seth Rollins wins. He beats a former world champion. Okay, cool, that's great. But then what happens to Daniel Bryan? Because then people are gonna be like, oh, WWE's burying Daniel. By the way, I am so tired of that saying, burying. Do you even know what the term burying is anymore? Look at freaking goddamn Titus O'Neil. That's bury it. Look at Damian Sandow. That is freaking burying to the max. All right, the guy's dressed up ooh. Yeah, and and I know this might sound crazy, but maybe even though he's got a storyline, you can even maybe make a case of Fandango. I mean, come on, man, the guy's a man whore on freaking screen. All right, one minute he's with a lovely English muffin Layla, and then he's with that freaking giraffe Summer Rae. And then he's like, oh, I might want Summer Rae. It's that storyline is so garbage and so stupid. It's not even funny. But anyways, back to the whole. Man, that's amazing how off topic I can get at that. But nonetheless, with the whole Randy Orton thing. Wow, I keep Randy Orton Fandango. But anyways, Randy Orton. He obviously has a shot. But, it's alright, what's he gonna do? Have the belt. We're gonna have Cena versus Orton one more goddamn freaking time at Battleground. And then Cena wins it so that freaking Lesnar beats him for it, and then Lesnar drops it, let's just say down the road. What is this, the freaking Attitude Era? That's one thing. You guys know me. Obviously, you can tell by my picture on YouTube. I grew up in Attitude Era, and I loved it. One of the main things I hated about it, yes, the things I did hate about it, even though I loved it. One of the things I hate about it, the WWE Championship was freaking hot potato. Oh, no, you don't want it? No, you want it. You want it? No, I don't want it. Here you go. Oh, I want it. It's the hell? You're supposed to be the most prestigious championship in the freaking company, and you keep flopping it left and right. I get it. It brought unpredictability, but still, damn. And then that's with Randy Orton. Now we go to Bray Wyatt. Bray doesn't need to be world champion. That's kind of the same thing also Roman Reigns forgot to say. None of these guys need to be world champion right now, because if you give these guys world champion now, it'd be kind of like the whole Alberto Real situation all over again, when you give them the belt too damn quick. Because now people are like, oh, well, Bray Wyatt's been in the company for a year, and Roman Reigns has been in the company for almost 2 years. But they're, with Roman Reigns, this is the first time he's really, by himself. And then with Bray Wyatt, it's he's a guy that obviously, some people kind of compare him to the Undertaker because of the whole scary, freaky, creepy thriller gimmick per se. But he doesn't need a championship right now. Now, could Bray Wyatt be a world champion sometime in the future? Yes, I think there's really a good possibility of that. But he doesn't necessarily need it right this second, because like I said, Lesnar's coming back. So you're gonna have Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. I mean, I know they wanted to thinking of making the Wyatts, particularly Bray, face because the crowd, he's over as hell with the crowd, with the whole world in his hands, and everybody loves him and everything. So that's that. And of course, who could forget about the man himself, Mr. Nikki Bella, John Cena. Now, if and when he wins, this will be what, the 14th freaking time he's been world champion? I think he's at God's level for world titles right now, and I think he's about to go through it. And let's face it, the son of a bitch is gonna beat Ric Flair's 16-time world champion record. And let's face it, as much as we don't want to admit that, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's sad, but it's gonna happen. I mean, let's face it. It's gonna. I know it's on a broken record literally right now. It's gonna happen because, and I guess on paper, Brock and Cena at SummerSlam would look good. I mean, I remember, was it 2 years ago at Extreme Rules? Was it last year? Yeah, 2 years ago at Extreme Rules. Yeah, they had a good physical match. Obviously, Cena got his ass kicked. Typical, John Cena match. Oh, Cena gets his ass kicked the whole entire match. Oh, final 30 seconds. Oh, here comes Cena with the win. But, how many was there? That was like, what, 5 seconds maybe? Whatever. But, it is what it is. I mean, we've been bitching for years about this. And, I'm just at the point where it's like, okay, we've done it all. We've gone on YouTube, we've bitched about it. We've gone on Facebook, we've bitched about it. We've got to Twitter and bitched about it. Nothing's changing. Alright. That's a hint. That's where Vincent Kennedy McMahon got himself up and said, we don't care what you think about this, because we don't. Because it's true. Like, really. What can we do? There's literally nothing we can do right now about this whole situation. Let's face it. There isn't a damn thing we can do. It's sad. I know. I'm not proud of it. I'm not sitting here going, man, I'm glad we can't do anything about it. Uh-huh. No, obviously not. But you're at the point where you just go, alright, enough is enough. It's time for a change. Not really, but, I wish. But, it's like, what do you do? You know what I mean? That's with that. I go into the real Money in the Bank ladder match, which, as of now, the only name that's confirmed is obviously the X-Men himself, Seth Rollins. And yes, that's my nickname for him. After what the hell was he wearing on SmackDown? What the hell? Okay, Dean. Okay, at least Dean is somehow stayed. He's standing out with the whole undershirt, jacket, jeans. Okay, that's standing out. It's kind of like, Ravenish kind of way. Like obviously just wearing street clothes to the ring. But, oh my God, what the hell? What the hell is he doing? Like, this is the order to me that, like, WWE has done well so far with Shield. And this is counting theme songs, alright? Seth Rollins' intro is good, but the rest of the song sounds generic as hell. Dean Ambrose, his whole theme is generic as hell. It's like a car starting. Like, what the hell? Obviously, we don't know about Roman Reigns. So, obviously you think that during this Money in the Bank ladder match, that, okay, obviously Seth's in there. You probably know Dean is somehow going to be in it. And then, who the hell do you put the rest? Like, maybe Ziggler, Bad News Barrett. You think RVD would be in there too? Trying to think of guys who were trying to go for the world title, Money in the Bank ladder match, but failed to continue. Oh crap! I'm trying to pick some other guys. I don't know. Those are some guys in my head that I think that would be could put in there. Oh, Bad News Barrett. Guys that you could put in there that are random as hell, they're most likely gonna win. Now people are gonna go, oh, why not Dean? Why can't Seth win this? Because let's face it, WWE always has the habit of, yeah, they're saying, oh, someone like, let's just say in this situation, Seth Rollins is a favorite, or Dean Ambrose, if and you probably will be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, qualifies, they should win it because it would make sense. But this is WWE, guys. They're known to not make sense. You know, this is a perfect scenario. Because, let's face it, they're going to give it to somebody random, like Bad News Barrett, for example, or, you know, whomever decides to be in the match in general. Most likely someone that's never won it before. And you're going to go, what the hell did they... Like, kind of like a Damien Sandow. Like, you didn't see that. You didn't see that coming. And as sad as this may sound, they're probably not going to win it. Because as much as I'm a fan of Bad News Barrett, and believe it or not, screw you, everyone who's like, oh, now I'm a fan of Bad News Barrett. I was a fan of Bad News Barrett when everyone's like, oh, this character's such a fail. You know, right? Like, literally, like, the first time he debuted as Bad News Barrett, how weird Derek was Bad News Barrett, when he came in and said, I've got some bad news. Like, I was one of the very few people that actually said, you know what? I'm digging this character. I'm digging this gimmick. You know, and everyone's like, oh, no, this gimmick sucks. This is horrible. No, I was one of the few people that actually stood up and said, you know what? I enjoy this gimmick. And everyone was like, oh, it's so stupid. And everyone's like, yeah, I love that he's there. And I'm just sitting here going like, yay, screw you. Anyways, yeah, somebody random like that is probably going to win it. I mean, let's just face it. That's just me, you know. And, of course, you have the tag titles. Could I see the Wyatt family being Harper and Rowan becoming tag team champions? Yeah, I can see that. Especially since the Usos have held this since what? Like, I think it was like, what, a week or two after Elimination Chamber against the New Age Outlaws? I think it was. Yeah. So, but then again, I mean, I know we're not always supposed to believe in dirt sheets and crap, but, you know, I keep hearing nonstop, oh, WWE, particularly God himself, has like the biggest boner for freaking the Ascension down in NXT. Now, I like the Ascension. I think they're good, talented as a team. Individually, not so much, but as a team, I think they have good chemistry. But they have no freaking charisma whatsoever. Like, we get it. Like, their freaking... God, their gimmick is based about freaking... God, what's that freaking then the Beyonce and freaking all the Illuminati? Like, I get that their freaking gimmick is like the Illuminati, basically. But, like, they're not that great. Like, they're good as a tag team, but not like, oh my god. You know, and I think that's the reason, too, why some people don't like them. Because, let's face it, other than them, there is no tag teams in NXT. You know, you had Unicorn Camacho going there for a while, but obviously we all saw when that went. And then you had freaking, you know, a few other tag teams, and well, he had Eddie Edwards and freaking was it like David Richards down there. But obviously that was a tryout, and everybody got mad that WWE didn't sign them, and now they're in TNA, and we can start out how bad TNA is right now. But basically, long story short, I won't be surprised if the Wyatts win, and again, I won't be surprised if the Usos retain, just so the Ascension can get called up and then freaking destroy the Usos. Yep. I don't know how else to say than that, but just yep. Alright, that's all I'm going to say about Money in the Bank, because, let's face it, that's all they have confirmed right now for Money in the Bank, so... Let me just look at the chat. Mother frickin' A, man. I'm trying to look on YouTube and this at the same time, because I'm trying to see if I can see this. God, how the hell did frickin' Mania do this? Okay, wait a minute. The Wendy's girl is hot. Dude, the Wendy's girl is not hot. I'm sorry. Like, final limits, man. Like, I know. Why do you find her attractive, dude? Like, you have like one of the weirdest tastes in women I've ever heard in my life. I'm sorry. But seriously, like, that girl's a bitch. Alright? For all you get, I'm sure, I'm almost guaranteed every single one of you have seen the Wendy's girl. Okay? She's like the biggest bitch to ever be in a freaking commercial. Because you could just be chilling, doing whatever, and then she just goes up to you and goes, have a new Wendy's salad. This is so much better. Like, but bitch, I don't care about what you're eating. I don't care if you're having a Wendy's salad. Alright? I have my own food. You have your own food. Leave me alone. Like, really, I don't freaking care about the Wendy's girl. Like, she's just, like, annoying bitch. Like, seriously. Goddamn. But anyways, so yeah, we come from Money in the Bank to the Wendy's girl. Yeah, so much in common. But nonetheless, as we move on. So, oh god. I really don't want to talk about TNA. I'm sorry, but that company is just like, can it just die? I know I said this on Twitter, I think it was yesterday. But can they just die already? Just go away. Like, obviously, if Spike TV didn't have the crappiest shows, like, on the face of this planet, they would have been gone. If this was the 1990s, TNA would be dead. Gone. No, because freaking Spike TV is like, oh, they get close to 1 million, people watching their show, their episode every week. And, that's one of our biggest payoffs because, you know what? We don't have any other shows that make close to that because we have horrible, sucky shows because we're too busy doing freaking Cops reruns. So, yeah. TNA. My god. What, like, ugh. And I'm sure, like, I'll admit, despite how much I don't care about TNA, for shits and giggles, I still look at the spoilers for them because I want to see how bad it's getting. And it's bad. Like, honestly, like, where do I begin with this company? Like, it seems like everything is wrong with this company. Like, at least, yes, of course, WWE has quite a few things wrong, but at least they have a few bright spots there. What the hell of a bright spot is there in TNA? What bright spot is in TNA? Tell me. Even after this video is published, you can comment down without a problem. What is so goddamn special about TNA? Because to me, there's nothing. Nothing. And before anyone says, oh, you're just a WWE mark, no, because when Global Force Wrestling comes out, guess who's going to be interested in it? Because honestly, what the hell do they have to offer? TNA? They have nothing, in my honest opinion, to offer. Because right now, it's just at the point of, okay, your tag team division is dead. Like, what the hell do you have? Like, oh, you have Eddie Edwards and freaking, Dave Richards. That's great. That's great. Who the hell are they facing? They already faced, what, the Bro Man like 8 billion times. And they're not even feuding with the tag team champions anymore. They're feuding with freaking, what, the Menagerie? But let me tell you something. Rebel is freaking hot. Alright, I'm just throwing it out there. Rebel, oh my god. Ooh, that bitch. Why don't we have more of her instead of freaking like Velvet Sky? That freaking, ugh. And I'm dating Bully Ray, lol. Ugh. I love both Yankee fans, so but nonetheless. With the Menagerie, it's like, okay, you got Rob Terry, who's under that freaking mask, whatever. You got, of course, Mike Knox. Rebel's hot as hell. Crazy Steve. He's crazy. Sorry, every time I watch freaking Fool Killers 99 video, that always pops up there. He's paid. Like, for soundbite saying that, it's kind of funny. But so that's with that. The X division is just dead. I mean, I know you got through what Sonata and Tigre Uno, but like, do you ever show them on a weekly basis? No, you don't. You don't really necessarily have a mid-card title because you retired the TV title last year. Well, apparently, according to ImpactWrestling.com, Upper still holds it. Your Knockouts division, like, see, this is where I agree with Full Killer 99, and I think Slug Daddy agreed with this too. You need new Knockouts. You need new women in there. And I know, of course, this comes from a person who wants the company to die. But if you actually want me to maybe think, okay, might somehow make to live, I have some new Knockouts. I know Taryn Terrell just came back, and she's a whore. Yeah, she is. But anyways, she's not bad in her. I mean, her personality is like slutty-ish, but yeah, she's not bad looking. I mean, if you told me to either have her or Fail Kim, I'll have her in a heartbeat over Fail Kim. That's for damn sure. How much I hate Fail Kim. By the way, show you guys with spoilers. Look who's champion again. Oh, God. Fail Kim, Knockouts champion. We haven't seen that 8 billion times. God, she just kills the division and then some. What's into you, Omar? We need that for damn. But going off topic a little bit here, but nonetheless, you need new Knockouts. Now, I don't think Rebel. I don't think she can really wrestle. She just seems more like a ballet. Brooke. I think came back for like an episode, and now she's doing the Amazing Race with Robbie E. Oh my God. I swear, like, if TNA just said that she was just doing the Amazing Race by herself, I would watch it. But then you have Robbie E in there, it's just like, ugh. Because you'll see Brooke for about 2 seconds, you'll be like, test marker. And then you go and see Robbie E, and you're like, bye. God. But anyways, like, with the Knockouts, it's just, you need more Knockouts. You need better Knockouts. You need to, okay, for example, why the hell is ODB still there? Like, seriously, why is she still there? And then you have Angelina Love, who I haven't found attractive in like 4 years, and I'm not even joking when I'm saying that. At least 4 years ago, she had an ass, and she, you couldn't see, she didn't turn into AJ Lee, to the point where you could see her freaking bones and everything, her ribs. Now you can. And it's just to the point of, okay, you've overused this gimmick so many times and so long. It's just to the point of, why the hell should you care anymore? Why the hell should you care about the beautiful people since they've been doing the same thing over and over and over again? I mean, for God's sake, I think TNA made them stop shaking their asses in the ropes because TNA said, oh shit, none of you have asses anymore. And yes, that includes Velvet Sky. Alright, who's a friggin' bitch. Alright, who freaking blocks everyone on Twitter, except for, or horny fans and freaking, like, 10-year-olds. You ever notice that's the only ones that she doesn't block? Oh, and the people she works with. Woo! So that's that. And then you move on to, of course, the world title picture, where you had Eric Young as your world heavyweight champion. Like, what the frick did you have Eric Young for? Other than besides trying to copy WWE having a bearded world champion, overcoming the odds against an authority figure, and then wrestling twice in the same night with an injury. What was the point of having Eric Young the world champion? Because last time I checked, your viewership already sucked, but it got a lot worse by having Eric Young as your world heavyweight champion. And of course now you have Bobby Lashley, who people are like, yeah, Bobby Lashley, whoa! And I'm just sitting here going, who the goddamn cares? Honestly, who cares about Bobby Lashley, being the world heavyweight champion in TNA. Who cares? Because I quite frankly don't care. Why should I care? Why? Why should I care? Like, to me, I was never, it's not just when he was in TNA, but obviously in WWE. I was never a fan of, Bobby Lashley. That's just me. And now people are going to be like, well, how dare you? You're not a fan of Bobby Lashley. Why? Why should I care about, Bobby Lashley as world champion? Why should I care about this company in general? See what I did there? TNA. And then with the whole Willow thing, like, I'll admit, I somewhat cared about Willow. I actually preferred Willow more than Jeff Hardy. I know a lot of people don't like Willow as a character. To me personally, I don't like Willow as a character. Even though they keep saying, oh, obviously it's Jeff Hardy, and he has the same moveset, but in the beginning they made him seem more aggressive, more psychotic, and more aggressive and more dangerous. But now it's like now you can see him slowly becoming, Jeff Hardy again. If you've seen spoilers, you know what happens with that. And then of course TNA has the bright idea to, since they're going to New York apparently this summer, and it's just the season, because now it's the first day of summer, guys. That they're trying to have Jeff and Matt reunite, and I'm just sitting here going, wow, you're bringing Matt Hardy in. Why? So you can get a couple more seats. Oh my God, I got to see Matt and Jeff Hardy perform together in 2014. This was 2006, 2007. Okay, I'm cool with that. Do you remember the last time Matt and Jeff tag teamed together in Immortal? Yeah, that was such a great idea. That was great. And I'm not just talking about the whole storyline in general. I'm talking about the matches. You're bringing in the guy who literally was recorded to have a domestic dispute with his wife. Then again, would be the first time TNA hires somebody that has domestic dispute in their past. Look at certain blonde or bimbo that they just recently brought back, Taryn Terrell. Let's not forget about her and Drew McIntyre. Which reminds me, now that we've gone off the whole TNA topic, I never really got to make a video about the departures of 11 talents being released. And quite honestly, I'm going to ignore the referee because I'm like, what am I going to say about the referee, Mark Harris? I know he was like, no one take this, please, as a racist thing, but the only reason why I remember him is because he's the African-American referee. I know he at times worked at freaking, like, squash matches, and then he'd do, like, Divas matches. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't he also the referee that always, like, grabbed, like, Diva's ass, like, back in the day when, like, Kelly and Eve had a match with each other? Like, he'd sneak behind, like, Kelly or Eve and just, like, squeeze her ass and be like, I didn't do anything. Like, we all side, buddy. Like, god damn. Like, you pretend like, oh, we don't see you. We see you, buddy. Justice. We see you. But, some of the, I'm gonna sound like a broken record saying this. Well, not a broken record, but I'm gonna sound like a lot of people, like, repeating lines because some of it was a surprise, some of it wasn't. And believe it or not, the one that obviously I wasn't surprised, that people supposedly were surprised of, was Evan Bourne. Like, I've never been a fan of Evan Bourne. Have I been a fan of his matches? I've been okay. The biggest spot I remember him obviously was doing the for airborne, and Randy Orton catches him, hits the RKO. That was one of the sickest spots I've ever seen. I'm sorry, that was crazy good. But with Evan Bourne, it was just like, okay, here's another guy that can do flips. Yay. You guys know me by now. You should know me by now. I'm not impressed with flips. Oh my god, flips! Like, yay, they're good. But if that's all you can do, no. I'm sorry, I'm not interested. That's just me. It's me. Just not interested in something like that. And then you move on to, was it Drew McIntyre now? This one actually, I kind of felt bad because I was back in the day. I used to be a Drew McIntyre fan. If you guys remember me from my Beantown Boy 90 account back in the day, I was a fan of Drew McIntyre, and I thought he would be big. I honestly thought, if you asked me like 4 years ago if Drew McIntyre has what it takes to be world champion, I'd say yes, because that's how high I thought of him. That's how do I say this? That's how much of a fan I was of him. But then, I think the pressure really hit to him when the whole Chosen One, thing started happening, and then, he started getting he was obviously an Intercontinental champion. I thought he was a pretty good Intercontinental champion. But then he started, with this whole, getting beat up by Kofi Kingston, having a feud with Teddy Long. And then, the whole thing between him and Terrence didn't work well. And then, next thing you know, she got released. His career went downhill from there. He had this weird, psychotic, somewhat love storyline with Kelly. He's like, Kelly, don't leave Kelly. It was just really odd and strange. And then, he kept on losing. Then he was on Superstars, and he kept on losing all those matches. And then eventually, of course, they brought 3MB. And I was thinking to myself, oh god, this is horrible. But it was coming to the point where it was so bad I liked it. You know what I mean? But I always was a fan, really Drew McIntyre. So that was kind of a bummer to see him go. But at the same time, not that surprised, but still a bummer nonetheless. Then you move on to Oklahoma. That was Justin Key and the Black referee. Oh shit! Are you serious? I got the wrong referee. Oh my god! See, that's how much I remember Mark Harris. I don't even remember which referee it was. I'm horrible with referees. I'm sorry. If you told me who's this in today's WWE, who's this referee? I'm gonna be like, I don't freaking know. I don't know his name. When the last time I remember a real referee in WWE was Nunzio. I'm not even joking when I'm saying that. But yeah, that being said, so you had, obviously, I talked about Drew McIntyre, and I had Jinder Mahal. I was never a fan of Jinder Mahal because I knew he was going to be the less controversial version of Muhammad Hassan / Daivari. Another Middle East guy being put in there saying that, how he hates, shut up, I'm not a racist. Another Middle Eastern guy of just, I hate America. America sucks. And this is where I have the problem with WWE, and obviously they're doing it with Rusev and every, non-American that's, they call up. It seems like that it's just, okay, how many freaking times do you have to have an anti-American guy come in there and say, oh, I hate this country, then why are you here? That's just the logic's right there. You don't even have to be, a wrestling fan or anything in general. Just have logic. Why are you here? Why are you performing in the United States if your character is basically, oh, I hate America? Then why are you here? Really, it's just common sense. Oh, God. So, that being said, I just never got a, I was never a fan of Jinder Mahal. I'm not a racist saying implying that black people are all the same. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that I don't remember the referee. I don't remember him. Like, I'm not being racist. I'm just saying I don't remember him. Oh, jeez, man. So, that being said, can we move on from Mark Harris? MT Omar? Thank you. What else do we have? Who else got released? Oh, Oksana. Oh my god. The PG porn star. I know MT Omar is listening to this, and I know he was a fan of Oksana. MTO was, not Omar, but MTO was. I'm sorry, dude. I just never saw a thing like Oksana. To me, she was never attractive. The woman could barely say anything in English. Like, seriously, her first promo ever in NXT was, "Let me entertain you." Like, what? Like, we get it, you're Lithuanian, but try to learn some English, please. And then, her in-ring skills were horrible. Like, it was just, you could tell this was WWE's cheap, some excuse of trying to replace, I think in the beginning it seemed like they tried to replace her with Maryse, and then they kind of gave up on that, and then they kind of moved on to trying to replacing Summer Rae with that. Yeah, good job with that, by the way. It's just, I never had a thing for Oksana. I'm sorry, but I never did. Because all foreigners are evil and want to take over the country according to Sorry, it's just, I know I'm breaking into it because, like, MTL is freaking flying to me, but, back with the whole Oksana thing, it was just, I was never my Asana. Oh my god. Like, see, I know this bird right there is a fan. Like, I just never really was a fan of hers. It was just, like, the only thing I'll ever remember, too, that's also funny from her is the whole, Teddy Long, hey, Teddy Long, what are you going to do tonight? Are you going to make a tag team match with Teddy Long? That's right, player. Like, and then, of course, Teddy Long, of course, ironically enough, got at least two in between there, and it's just like, obviously, when was the last time Teddy Long was on TV? Like 2 years ago? Like, it's been a while since Teddy Long's been on television, but I am going to miss the tag team match, please. Tag team match. And I know he obviously was referee. He's been a manager for several people, such as Jazz, Rodney Mack. Hey, you guys remember Rodney Mack? Mark Henry. I believe in WCW. Wasn't he? I believe he was a manager for The Undertaker at WCW. So the truth finally comes out. So none of you racist, but you're gay too. Yeah, totally. I'm gay. Because I don't like Oksana, I'm gay. Yes, totally. That makes so much sense. Yep. Because I haven't publicly admitted that, I find the Bella Twins attractive, that I find freaking Marie attractive, that I find Lana attractive, and basically half the Divas roster right now, including NXT. Yes, shame on me. How horrible I am. So him and I have, like, a love-hate friendship, personally, you know what I mean? But anyways, back to the whole release situation. Who else got released? Oh, Brodus Clay. Yeah, how about that main event scene, huh? Yeah, main event. Go to Japan and see the Dolphins. Camacho. Never really was a fan of Camacho. Kurt Hawkins. Okay, well, Kurt Hawkins was kind of like, obviously him and Zack Ryder, I thought was one of the more underrated tag teams in the last decade, but they just never really found anything to do with them. And then JTG, why did he have to pick up the phone? Why did JTG have to pick up the phone? I didn't say Oksana had a Mexican accent. Okay, because I know Teddy Long was a Mexican accent. No, Mexican accent would be like, I don't know. Ole! That'd be freaking a Mexican accent right there. But, with the whole JTG was, they should never, it's sad too, because Crime Time was one of those tag teams that's like, LOL, they should have been tag team champions, but no, rather give Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov be tag team champions. What a great idea. Yeah, what a great idea. Oh, God. And, that's the thing, too. I think that was like the theme of all these releases, really, was that all these talents was WWE never really gave them something to do. They never really gave them a storyline. They just ran out of material for them. Okay, what are we going to do with you? We'll put you on NXT. We'll have you lose to so-and-so. you know, to me personally, that's not how you book somebody. If you're just wasting their time, just get rid of them immediately instead of just prolonging this like you did for Evan Bourne. For a guy like um, freaking like JTG, Kirk Hawkins, guys like that. Like, don't waste their time on that. Just freaking release them when you literally have nothing to do with them because it's plain and simple. And the thing is, too, I think Ixana, too, she was actually in something. She was in a feud, her and Alicia Fox. It looked like they could have been maybe in somewhat of a Divas tag team feud with the Bellas whenever Brie comes back. I mean, they could have done that easily. I mean, they could have had the very next week again, Ixana and Alicia Fox beating holy hell out of freaking Nikki Bella. And then, all of a sudden, maybe if Brie, whenever she decides to come back, comes back and saves Nikki from Alicia and Ixana. That could have been easily right then and there. But then again, Hippie Bella would rather take care of a freaking caveman of a goddamn husband. So, which I had nothing wrong for. I mean, a lot of people were like, "Oh, fuck Daniel Bryan for being with Brie Bella and shit," and fuck Brie Bella for being with Daniel Bryan, Daniel Bryan for Brie Bella, whatever. And then I'm just one of those people that are like, okay, they seem like a really down to earth, normal, nice couple. So I'm not dissing them by any means. I think they are a nice couple. They should have released him in. Dude, I forgot she's even on the roster. I'm not even joking. I forgot Tamana was even on the roster. Oh, that is sad. That is sad. This bitch was in a feud with supposedly Paige several months ago, and I forgot that she was even on the goddamn roster. That's WWE for you. That's WWE for you. Oh, God. Tamana. One of the most clever nicknames you guys ever gave are really Tamana. Like, I don't know why. It's just. Ugh, me. Ugh. Like, ugh. No. Please don't. No. Like, no. Oh, boy. But anyways, what else do you guys want to talk about? Because I already talked about how bad TNA of joke that is right now. I already talked about WWE, the releases. Talk about anything, guys. So just keep it up with the comments. Otherwise, the comments will come. I'll probably just, because I've been doing this for about an hour or so, I'll maybe just call it a day per se and just do whatever and close this live stream, this Google Hangouts on air. Great, that's a demotion. Nikki should be Divas champion. I know you and I both like Nikki. Trust me. I like the Big Kitty Bella, aka Wonder Woman. But it seems like WWE is just in that mindset of you can't have one without the other, and I can understand that perception of both sides. I can understand where people are going with, okay, you can't have one Bella without the other. You can't have Brie without Nikki. You can't have Nikki without Brie. I mean, even though obviously they, are wearing different outfits, they obviously, look a lot more different now than they did back in 2009, 2008. But with that being said, they're still obviously sisters. They're still twins. They're still, they're still called as the Bella twins. So, it's not like they got rid of the Bella twins and just said, oh, here's Nikki Bella, here's Brie Bella, So. But, yeah, so what's this I hear about freaking, speaking of Divas, what's this I hear about freaking, they're making Naomi Trinity heel? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Since Cameron is the unlikable, whiny bitch who can't wrestle or cut a promo to save her life. Meanwhile, Naomi is the polar opposite. She has charisma. She can actually work well in the ring, and she's likable. Wouldn't that make a lot more sense to have Naomi be the face and Cameron be the heel? No, I guess not. I guess that makes too much sense, huh? Too much sense. Summer Rae is a butterfish. I agree with that. Like, Summer Rae, she has a nice body, but it's just like, Like, if you see her from the back, you think, damn, that's a fine looking bitch. You see her face, it's kind of like, could be better. But yeah, you know, so that's just me. That's just me. But that's the whole splitting up the Funkadactyls. Who's heel, who's face? It's just, why do you want to be Cameron face? Like, she can't sing. All right, her song sucks. All right, and my guess is whenever WWE splits them, Cameron's probably gonna get her own song as her theme song, like her singing, and same thing with Naomi. When she splits, but like that would just make no sense of having, it'll be just like the whole AJ and Caitlyn thing all over again. Because as much as I like Caitlyn, as much as I hate AJ, WWE kind of screwed the pooch on who's face, who's heel in that scenario. Because AJ, despite her, as I say, she's a 12-year-old girl. I still continue and agree with what I mean by that. She does have that nerdy girl next door, somewhat likable look to her. And Caitlyn has this being tough, strong look to her. So, obviously you think logic would be, okay, AJ's face, Caitlyn's heel. Nope, let's have it the other way around. And, I'm not saying that, that was a bad thing, because honestly, they kind of had against Caitlyn heel near the end before she got released. And that was kind of a little weird, I think. And, AJ was decent, I guess, as a heel, except for her temper tantrums. That was just getting annoying. But, yeah. Afraid Summer Rae is the second hottest D of all time. You're just jelly. You can't have her. Yes, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous that, even though I'd rather have Layla over Summer Rae and a heartbeat, yeah, I would love to have Summer Rae. I'm so jealous. OD Bam is my favorite knockout. She's awesome. She's funny, too. Therefore, she's naturally the heel. Nope, Naomi is the darker one. I know Naomi's the darker one. You telling me I'm freaking racist? Meanwhile, you're the one that just commented Naomi's the darker one. Like, why? Because she's darker, she has to be a heel. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, the WWE just gets. I think sometimes they get the whole heel and face scenario so wrong, and I know. People are still upset about Seth Rollins turning heel. And at first, I was kind of surprised, and I think some part of me still am. But I'm actually glad they went that route, because even though yes, it was a surprise, that it's starting to make sense. Because obviously, Seth Rollins was the glue to the Shield. Roman Reigns, okay, he's too likable. You can't have him as a heel, even though he is a big, he could be like a heel monster kind of guy, obviously, for how big and strong he is. And then Dean Ambrose, that's way too goddamn predictable, let's face it, because Dean Ambrose just screams out, heel, 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 heel. And I'm sure somewhere down the road, they will turn Dean Ambrose heel. Just not right now, because obviously they have Seth Rollins heel, and obviously he's in the feud with Seth Rollins, so that would make no sense. Is AJ Lee part Asian, part white? Because that's what she looks to me. No, she's like Puerto Rican, dude. Look at her name, April Mendez. That's her real name. So that's like maybe like somewhat she has an ass. That's like the only reason why AJ has an ass, because she's Puerto Rican. What are your thoughts on Jasmine? Like, Jasmine mean chick kick? Jasmine's freaking gross, okay? Like, I've never liked chick kick. She's always wanted me, Jasmine. But no, oh god. Like, from what I hear, she's screwing Cody Hall, aka Scott Hall's son. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. And I'm just like, LOL. I feel bad for any desperate promotion that's going to hire you. Alright, even though Caitlyn was the quitter, I think, of the two, which is also heel quality. Heel quality. AJ was a slut that stepped her way to the top, so that makes her heel automatically. Yeah, I mean, I obviously understand that point where, AJ was, the slut that slept her way, to the top, and she's a heel. but they didn't really need to go to that route. You know, I understand where they're coming from with that, but again, they didn't have to go to that route. I mean, if anything, like, I'll admit, I was somewhat of an AJ fan before they had the whole crazy, I'm going to make out with half the guys on the roster kind of gimmick. Because, you know, I was like, okay, well, I know she's good in the ring. She kind of has a little cute, somewhat personality. Okay, fine. But, you know, they just made her into something that's polar opposite than what her fans thought of her. And I understand, okay, that's character development. You know, that's how you get the swerve and everything. I understand that. But you didn't need it to move it to that extent. You didn't need to make it all the way that way to the point that it's just like you just turn your whole fan base off and you just go, whoa. You know what I mean? It's just you don't need to do that. But she could go try out for WWE. Is she really? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Wait, she got a try out for WWE. That means she went to the Performance Center. Oh my God. No. God. Triple H. Got the Paula Becca. Do not sign this letter. Okay, I don't want to see this bitch on NXT, because I know that's what you're gonna do. Like, alright, I'm fine with the girls down in NXT. That's another thing. You know, at first, okay, Charlotte's good in the ring, but her mic skills suck so bad, it's not even funny. I mean, when your women's champion comes up to a former women's champion and Paige and goes up to her and saying, "You don't know who I am," and Paige goes, "Yes, I do, Charlotte. No, let me introduce myself. I'm Charlotte." What the fuck is that shit? That has to be the worst promo I have ever heard in my life. Next to freaking Brad Maddox coming out on stage going, yeah, let's have a match. Can we have a referee to have a match? Yeah. Like, no. That was horrible. That was the worst, and I get it. WWE did that part on purpose. This Charlotte part, I don't think that was on purpose. That was just, like, horrible on her part. But, you know, with the Divas in NXT, they do have, you know, talents, and it's kind of sad how I actually care more so about the Divas in NXT more so than, you know, WWE Divas. Even though I do, you guys know, I like Paige, I like Emma, I like, you know, the Bellas, even Marie, you know, Lana. But it's just like the rest of them, I kind of go and go, yeah, you know. Charlotte is the Curtis Axel of the NXT Divas. That's a perfect example right there. Charlotte is the Curtis Axel of the NXT Divas because, you know, she can do well in the ring. It's just when she talks, it's like you want to take a nap. Like, you fall asleep. That's how bored you are of her because she's boring. I mean, come on now. Well, thankfully, we won't have to put up with her anymore thanks to CM Punk. Oh, AJ. Yeah. Supposedly, she's pregnant. Oh, my God. Is that even true? Supposedly, that's true, but I'm just sitting here going, like, I don't care if it's true or not because, yeah. Did she? Yes, Mitch never got popular, only a job in the Indies. Paige is the goth. Yeah, Paige is amazing. But, yeah, she did. That is true, Final Limit, she did. But, anyways, what can I say? Like, just Charlotte being horrible. And Sasha Banks, like, even though in NXT she's basically a jobber, because I've never seen Sasha Banks win a match. Actually, no, that's not true. I think I've seen her win like one match ever in NXT, and that was like for the tournament to find out who's the NXT Women's Champion. Like, she's decent in the ring, but to me, I think Sasha is like the polar opposite of Charlotte. You know, Charlotte's better in the ring, but Sasha has a better personality and she's better on the mic than someone like Charlotte. And then with Bailey, Bailey's like this little kind of. She's another one that kind of has like that, you know, how I mentioned earlier how AJ had that girl next door gimmick going for her for a little while. That's kind of what Bailey has right now. She kind of has that girl next door. Hi, you know, how's it going? Yeah, I'm your new neighbor. Hey, hey. You know, she kind of has that kind of attitude, that mood, that gimmick to her, and it kind of makes her stand out. So I think that's, you know, not too bad. She's such a pretty good in the ring too. So plus side too. The other guy got an arm tattoo. Yeah, I saw that. Like, it's bad enough I hated this bitch. Now that she's just trying to make herself look uglier and uglier. Like, seriously, like, like, I don't mind tattoos. Like, I like tattoos, but that tattoo she had on her was ugly as hell. Like, it's just like, ooh, like, look at me, I'm the sky. Look at my new arm tattoo. I think Bully Ray paid for this. Like, seriously. But yeah, hopefully. But yeah, she kind of has that girl next door attitude to her. But yeah. So then you move on to, I'm trying to think of that, you see Alexa Bliss, or Lexi, they call her. Now, with Alexa Bliss, I think to say to her, she kind of has that. I pictured Kelly having a fairy gimmick. That is literally Alexa Bliss. Except for at least she's better in the ring than Kelly, and she actually, I think, somewhat better acting skills than Kelly. Because Kelly was just like, type of deal. At least Alexia, at least you can, root for her per se. So at least they got that going for them. So that's with that. Bailey. Oh, I didn't know you were a fan of Bailey, man. But yeah, she has a spunky, cute character to her, and I think it's all good in that. And the thing is too that worries me about not just the NXT Divas, the NXT talent in general, is that we've seen that just because you've done well in NXT doesn't mean squat when you get called up. I mean, look at I like Adam Rose. And I think the crowd is slowly but surely finally getting over the whole Adam Rose thing because they're going to they're doing it during the matches, whatever, and the crowd's kind of singing his theme song, so at least it's somewhat over. But obviously, we all saw how over he was in NXT, and then now he gets called up, and he's like, okay, he's somewhat over, but not totally. And then with the whole, and another perfect example is Emma. Look how over Emma was down in NXT. Now it's like, okay, you randomly pair her up with Santino, who I guess they're still doing. Are they still doing that? Because I remember I saw her like accompany Santino when he faced Bo Dallas several weeks ago, and I'll go get to Bo Dallas in a sec. Don't worry, believers, I'll get to Bo Dallas in a second. But the whole Emma thing, it's just like they kind of threw that away with the whole Santino, really. That's not true. Paige is the savior of the Divas. Okay, I like Paige, but the way they're booking her on the main roster is so stupid. Like, she was so much more physical, so much more aggressive, so much more unique down in NXT, and I think that has a lot to do with the writers, because you could tell that the creative team at NXT is so much different than the writers in, Raw, SmackDown, Superstars, whatever, like on the main roster, because obviously they actually care down there, but obviously Vince doesn't want the Divas to overshine the guys. So he's like, fuck this shit, we're not going to have some good Divas outperform shitty guys like Russo that's on our roster. Fuck that shit. Alicia Fox is my favorite Diva right now. I love her meltdown. Get that camera out. Oh my god. Okay, I was a fan of Alicia Fox's meltdowns because they're actually more believable than AJ's. But now it's just getting old. Like, where literally every single match that you have to whine and bitch and complain for the freaking reason because you decide to lose your match, that's your problem, not mine, alright? Don't blame it on me. But anyways, so that's with that. So what are we talking about next? Oh, Bo Dallas, that's right. Believe in Bo Dallas. Believe. Now, you guys have been following my videos, following my tweets. I'm not necessarily really a Bo Dallas fan. Obviously, okay, I think I'd be more so a Bo Dallas fan if he got a new freaking finisher. Alright? No. If you do the Satisfaction as your finisher, no. Alright? You need some Chris Master, you need the Master Lock or something as your freaking submission move. Because at least then you could be like, oh, I believe in you, being sarcastic as a heel, believe, don't give up. And then when he makes him tap out, he could just be the typical, And then he hugs them and he's like, You know what? If you continue to do well, you can believe in yourself and be successful in life. You know, and continuing like this for another like 5 more minutes. So, it's just at that point. But, with Bo Dallas, obviously, I'm more of a fan of his character than I am of him, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm more a fan of his gimmick than I am for what he does in the ring. Because, obviously his gimmick is basically a parody of John Cena. Oh, don't give up, So it's kind of funny how WWE, in some way, I guess, is kind of poking fun at themselves with that. But, try to picture yourself somewhere down the road. If Bo Dallas, hypothetically speaking, if Bo Dallas and John Cena had a feud, not for a world title or anything, just a random feud, imagine how hilarious that promo would be. John Cena being like, oh, these people will do hustle, loyalty, respect, and they believe in me. Yes, John, they believe in me. All my believers know that if they work real strong, they can do anything they can. Something like that, and then John Cena just looks at him like, what the fuck? That right there would be hilarious. So, Bo Dallas should have been in the world title Money in the Bank and should have won. See, that's another one I think, honestly, could be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Remember earlier how I mentioned how WWE might have some random person win Money in the Bank? What if Bo Dallas, now of course that would be rushing it and then some, but Bo Dallas winning Money in the Bank. Try to picture that for a second. Bo Dallas climbing up the ladder, grabbing the briefcase, and saying, I believe in me. And then he's like holding up his hands up in the air like he usually does, but he has a briefcase like on his left hand. He's just like, that's how hilarious that shit will be. Like, damn. Like, I would find that funny. Like, people are like, oh, I want TNA for suing. No, I want Seth Rollins to win this match. No, Bo Dallas wins. Ultimate troll. That would be the ultimate troll. That would be. Cena's killing the dude. I don't think I've ever met someone that hates John Cena more in my life than you. Oh boy. As always, John Cena's killing WWE. John Cena's cancer. John Cena slept with my mother. John Cena deserves to die. John Cena deserves to have a shovel down his throat. John Cena deserves to have a freaking bulldozer up his ass. Like, seriously, man. I think you might be in love with John Cena more than Nikki Bella. Oh, God. I'm surprised that's not a question yet so far in this chat. Will Nikki Bella ever marry John Cena? Or should I say, will John Cena ever marry Nikki Bella? The other way around, actually. That would be a good question right there. I'm not even joking. That would be a really good question. Alright. Seems like things have cooled down a bit. And I know, and I appreciate the participation, obviously, because if nobody was here, it'd be like, screw you all, and it would have left like an hour ago. But, it's cool to see you guys come out. I really appreciate it, and, it's been pretty cool so far. Ugh. No, so I just saw a picture of, like, Deborah looks like now these days. It's kind of like eating. And again, the bitch is, like, 50-something years old, so I'm not surprised. What else? What's to talk about? What else? Come on, guys, give me an idea. Help me out here, please. Help me out here. Much appreciated. What else could we talk about? Talked about NXT. We talked about. I actually haven't talked too much about NXT. Actually, I think talk about someone. I'm sure John Cena would rather marry good mic work who defends him 24/7. Oh God, that's horrible. Afraid Cena's just keeping Nikki warm until she meets me. Oh my God, dude. What if I get her first, bitch? Yeah, man. When are they gonna get married? Like, just get married already. Like, freaking, let's face it. John Cena and Daniel Bryan are technically already brother-in-laws. Like, even though obviously the woman he's married to, his sister, is dating. Think about it. The Bellas are with the top two faces in the company. I know this has been said a billion times, but you know what? It's there. What's there? Thoughts on NWWL? What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? NWWL. What the hell is that, man? I have no idea what that is. If I did know what it is, I'd tell you straight up what I thought of it. But I have no idea what it is, so I can't tell you my thoughts on it. Sorry. Oh, God. But yeah, like, when are they gonna get married? Like, get married already, right? We face it. You're gonna be Nicole Cena, alright? We're Stephanie Nicole Cena. That's your real name. I hate Bruce Bliss. Oh my God, Bruce Bliss. Okay, who the hell makes a freaking Raw review for 3 hours? Like, people used to bitch at me because you made a Raw review that's like 10 minutes. Fuck you. Oh no, this guy makes a review for 3 hours on freaking streaming it on a freaking Google Hangout. Yeah, totally. It's my fault. Friend Nikki loves me. She told me on the Google Hangout last year. Oh yeah, I remember that when her graded the whole Google Hangout. I remember hearing about that. Wasn't that the Google Hangout where she explained why she got a boob job? Like, I think that was why she got breast implants. I think that's the exact one. I remember one of my friends, one of my buddies, who I used to talk to, not so much anymore due to complications, but I think they said that, they had a Google Hangout, whatever. Nikki, why did you get breast implants? And she explained why, because it was something like, I think it was like, because she wanted to make herself feel better, and she didn't want to be like 50 years old and have them like, sagging or something. Like, she wanted them to be perfect in her own mind or some excuse like that. It was something weird. Like, she had a weird excuse for it, but I want to punch Bruce in the face. I don't care for Bruce Bliss. Naked women's wrestling. Like, oh my God, I remember hearing about that like a few years ago. Like, there's some like nude wrestling company or something, like nude women's wrestling company, and that's just like, are you really that lonely that you have to watch that show? Like, go outside, man. Oh man, that's horrible. I want Nikki Bella to smack me with her ass. I'm actually got quite a bit of an ass. But I think some people kind of underestimate Brie. I mean, like, of course, a lot of people like Nikki, myself included, but I think some people forget about Brie. They think, oh, just because she loves Mother Nature, and she has all these organic foods, and she wants to go hiking, and she loves the rainforest and everything, and nada. Like honestly, like obviously, like Nikki Bella's the type of girl that you just want to hook up with. But Bree's the kind of girl I think that you just want to like, how to say this, like you want to spend a lot of time with because she just seems like down to earth. Like she actually like seems like someone that is cool, like someone you can just talk to, like no problem. You know what I mean? Would you rather go shopping with shoes with Nikki Bella, or would you rather like have a straight down conversation, just hanging out, maybe watching some football with Brie Bella? You know what I mean? I mean, is that really an option, really? Afraid she got him for me. Yes, she got her boob job for you. MTO, totally. Chloe Grace Moretz, Daily X-Men likes. I think that's the name of the bitch that's in Naked Women's Wrestling League or something. Yeah, what's going on with Daily X-Men? Does he still I don't know if he still does mashups for WWE's YouTube channel. Like, he does the mashups like, oh, Rikishi, Roman Reigns, and The Rock. Put them together as a theme you get. You know what I mean? Like, I know he's still doing like Raw reviews and crap. So I've seen him still tweet on Twitter. So that kind of stuff. So fuck, I sounded just like crazy X-Men fanboy Joe Pippick. Oh god. I remember Preston. You guys remember Preston? The X-Men's friend Preston and what's his face? They had their own channel, whatever, and they were stupid enough to give the password to their account, and that crap happened. And, yeah. Those were the good old days. I mean, whatever happened to the good old days of YouTube? Like drama. Oh, LOL. Someone stole my password. Now I can't get on my account. He turned corporate. Wait, who turned corporate? Wait, who the hell turned corporate? Thoughts on Joe Pickapuff? Pipica. No idea who that is, so I have no idea. Wait, MTO, who turned corporate? You're like, oh, he turned corporate. Wait, who are we talking about now? Because we're just talking about how freaking the Bella Twins, and then we turned about freaking. Oh, did the X-Men turn corporate? Is that what you're talking about? That's what you're talking about. Did you really? Oh my god. I haven't seen a video of his in over a year, so I can't judge. But just the thought of that is just different. The thought of him turning corporate just sounds really weird. Like, oh, I'm the X-Men, I'm turning corporate. 2011 was the greatest year of YWC. Christian doesn't know what 2011 was the greatest year in YWC history. That was a good year. Wrestling merchandise. Fuck you. That was so good. Oh my god, I miss those days. Oh my god. Then you had the whole chick kick and Tyler, and then you had. What else did you have back in the day? You had, I think everyone starting to hate. Oh, was that the year Spinner Knight asked for his car? I think that was the same year. And then you had, what else did you have that year? Yeah, the Wrestling Gurus. You had that drama, and then you had Legendary Shooters. You had freaking everything. Like for some reason, like all of a sudden, like we started to become like WCW, which we thought that we had like every faction in the world trying to take over. It was just like, well, Bailey X-Men, nice. But yeah, I like that kid wrestling merchandise. Fuck you. 10 reasons why. Yeah, 10 reasons why WWE sucks. Number 10. What happened to the prom panties matches? Fuck you. Reason number 9. There's no blood in WWE anymore. Like, what the fuck? Why isn't there blood in WWE? Fuck you. Like seriously. I never seen a guy try to get away with stealing wrestling merchandise. Wrestling Jesus' gimmick. The German kid who shat himself. Oh my god. Oh god. I remember his name. Wasn't it something Jericho? Oh god. It was something Jericho. I forgot his first name. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. That was disgusting. Bailey X-Men contradicting himself in every video. Wrestling Jesus trolling everybody. I like that kid wrestling merchandise. But yeah, that was just a crazy time. And you know, on YouTube. Like that was just one of those times that was just like you could go on Skype and someone be out there like, dude, did you check so and so's new video? No, what happened? And they go send you the link in the chat, you go and click on it within 3 seconds, you literally say on Skype, what the hell is this? And then that happens. Those were the good old days. I miss those days, I really do. I miss Variety Guy 88, remember him? Not really. You know what I remember the 88 with their freaking username was freaking yeah. Everybody else I'm just like, I don't remember. Skyline Jericho, thank you, man. I forgot his name. Skyline Jericho. I remember. I knew it started with an S, but I just couldn't remember what was in front of it. But Skyline Jericho. Yeah, and then ironically enough, 2 years later, you have freaking Sean's View Entertainment. This freaking taking his dick out in his video. Oh my god, what the hell was he thinking? On Sean's View Entertainment. I'm not gonna post any links in the description. But there's a rumor that the WWE are gonna have Andre the Giant resurrected from the dead and go and face John Cena at WrestleMania 31 in the Hell in a Cell match. And the winner of that match will come back and face the Undertaker. Even though his streak is over, they'll come back and face the Undertaker to really take on the streak. I'll post no links down in the description box. Showings of entertainment. God. The hell happened with that crap? Stone Cold RKO 512 missed him. He's on Twitter now with me. Yeah. See, I like Stone Cold RKO. The problem I have with him, this is why I unfollowed him, and I'm going to be brutally honest saying this, and I'm pretty sure he still follows me on Twitter. The guy needs to, smile more. Like every time I see him tweet, it's something like so depressing. Like it's either about him smoking weed or, oh, I wish I had this girl with me, but now she's not with me anymore. Man, I wish I could cuddle with someone right now. Like, dude, the world's not gonna end. All right, there's plenty of fish in the sea, buddy. Go out there, you know. Go out there, show a girl that you're nice and whatever. Just talk to her and get to know her better. I'm not saying, oh, go and screw her brains out the first second you see her. Just get to know her. Maybe one thing will lead to another. Who knows, alright? Just, damn, the world's not ending. Like, I just recently got out of a relationship. It sucks. Best thing to do is try to move on, man. Sean View Entertainment died. Oh my god, that is the best comment I've gotten in years. Oh my god. Sean's Entertainment died in 2011. That's some great stuff. Sean's Entertainment on YouTube.com. I remember he tried having some beef with me, I think. Because I remember I called him out on a video. No, I didn't call him I commented him on his video once. And I think he blocked me. I could have sworn he blocked me on YouTube, but then he's like, for anyone that's hating on me, I will block you. You comment down below and message me that I'm going to block you. And I know who you are. And I'm just like, I don't care. like myself, 420 Goonie, because us two were the ones that hated him like the most. We were just like, we don't care. Because we really don't. He needs a hug. Stone Cold. Yeah, he does need a hug. You can give him a hug. I'm not giving him a hug. Even though I live like 2 states away from him, I'm not giving him a hug. Like, I don't give guys hugs. Women? Yeah, no problem. Guys, no. Ew, homo for me. But, yeah. The TheChrisPhoenix had that great Twitter war with I Heart You. Let's not go into that. That's a long story. Now, do you guys remember when I had a feud with Daily X-Men on Twitter? That was one of the greatest shit I've ever seen. And of course, it was including myself. I remember when me and Daily X-Men had that quote-unquote Twitter feud. We were going back and forth, and I kept on calling him out on every single thing he was saying. Like, he just got so pissed off, and he got blocked me. And then he followed me back. I think he unblocked me, and then he, like, followed me, and then, like, I think, this was, like, 7 months after the feud. And then he tweeted me. He was like, oh, stuff is in the past. You know, we were both in the wrong. I forgive you. I'll give you one more chance. And I'm just sitting here going, okay. Like, I didn't expect that. Like, I really, truly didn't expect that at all whatsoever. Sean's views with the mix of Nick Hogan and Joy for... Oh, my God. The fact that you mentioned an NSYNC, someone from NSYNC is just like, wow. Screaming out 1989 to me. But, yeah, I guess you could say he does look like that. I never thought of it that way. But, yeah. God, what's with those days? Who else to have a feud with? I had a feud with several other people. I remember me and Stevie Breach had someone with a feud, and he blocked me. He followed me back. Now we occasionally, once in a while, talk on Twitter. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know if this counts of having a feud. Does this count having a feud, yes? Having a so-called feud with Gemini 686. I was getting real tired of his. So, today, I got the new Chris Jericho DVD. Oh, wait, I forgot something. Yeah, see you, baby. Woo! Like, I was getting real old real quick. Everything was, yeah, see you, baby. And he kept on, like, making an account, deleting it, making an account. He felt like a wrestling Jesus. Making an account, deleting it, making an account, deleting it, making an account, deleting it again. And just coming to that point, it's like, how many times you have to delete your account, buddy? Yes, baby. Woo! Sorry, those were the good old days. Good old days, I'm telling you. Alright. I think I might be done in a few minutes. So, another example of Fairly X-Men's bipolar. Yeah, I'm not gonna say what he had was bipolar. I'm just saying that what he did was kind of weird. I didn't expect it. I helped Wrestling Jesus with all his feuds in 2012. Did you really? Wrestling Guy now looks like a mini version. No, I mean, no, Wrestling Guy now is one person that I can't say anything bad with because he's a guy that, has, I've been friends with for like 4 years. And, you know, it's just someone that I consider a friend. So it's just like I can't really say anything bad with him. And if I do, we've obviously kept him around. So, like, oh, he's a Laker fan. Lakers suck. Like, no, it's not that. What else we got here? Oh no, it's the same comments. That was different comments. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna wrap this up in a few minutes or so. So, and I think of the last time I ever did like a Google Hangout. I think I kept on saying that nonstop. I was like, oh, this is the last time. I was just like, oh, gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. Like half an hour later, you were like, Lacey, you're gonna end this. I was like, fuck you. Screw you, man. Like I just wanted to. That's like a spider monkey. No comment there. Okay. So, I'm wrapping this up in a few minutes, like I said. So, any more questions you guys want to talk about real quick? Comment down below. That's what the chat's for. That's what chat's for. Daddy Long. You killed my career, Daddy. Mark Person's Happy Days. Oh, God. During the OTRS feud, I hacked their email and leaked their... What? That was you? Oh, man. I remember that. The whole Wrestling Jesus and the whole newsletter and Off the Rope show and Slick Daddy got pissed. And, oh, I remember that. Oh, crap. See what happens that I miss on YouTube? This is the stuff that I missed, like the good old days. Now it's like, ugh. Now it's like everyone's either a wrestler or like they don't give a crap or they're all of a sudden a parent. Like, it's like, what? How the hell did that happen? Like, you were making YouTube videos like 2 years ago. Now you're like, hello, I'm a dad. Spinnernet quit the internet. No, I think Spinnernet. I don't think Spinnernet quit on the internet. I think Spinnernet just got tired of it. Yeah, I don't blame them. Trust me, plenty of times where I said, okay, this is boring, this is stupid, goodbye. But, I think with Spinnernet, he just did what he needed to do. And, he's another guy that I always respect. I never really had any problems with Spinnernet ever. So, I still talk to him occasionally. During his feud with Fight Nation Wrestling, I found info on him scared him off. During the Danielson feud, I found a way to get over his cancer. Wow. Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that. Really didn't. But, yeah. So that's, I learn something new every day, folks. Trust me, you learn something new every day. Oh, boy. Boy. Got a decent amount of people in here. What happened to Survivor Series 07? The kid was funny. Oh, my God. Survivor Series. Ooh. I have no idea what ever happened to Survivor Series 07. All I know is he got kind of, on the chunky side, I kind of looked like he gained quite a bit of weight. And then all of a sudden, he just, like, disappeared. And now it seems like, I don't know if he just loves leaving his computer on, because it seems like he's always on Skype. Like, I don't know why. Like, I added him on Skype for basically giggles. And he accepted me. This was, like, a couple years ago, I think. And like ever since that, he's always been online on Skype. I don't know why. Like I've never like messaged him. I think there's been times that like we've added him, like me and a few buddies of mine, like Incorporate AJ too, guys like him, Ghost Standing 000. That like we've added him with Skype calls and he just never responded. So I don't know. Do you find the Wendy's girl from the... No. Alright, this is the second time you asked me this question. I don't care about the Wendy's girl, man. I don't. She's a bitch. I'm sorry. I don't dig bitches. Big booty bitches, that's a different story. But bitches in general, no. The big booty bitches, then yes. Eve Torres, for example. But no. Yep, I still have their original Yahoo. That's crazy. It made for some hilarious war videos between them, though. Yeah, it did. I'm not gonna lie, it did get some entertainment into that, you know. Wrestling Jesus basically said, "Oh, you think you got a newsletter? You think you got some shit? Fuck you. No one's gonna read that." And then, of course, yes, like that. It basically, you know, Rick Wrestling Jesus basically saying, "Well, I respect what Wrestling Jesus does, but he's an idiot. Why would you do something? To be that stupid, to try to make fun of our newsletter, it's something fun, it's something entertaining. And you don't understand that? Fuck you." My best like Daddy's impersonation I can do. Give me his Skype and Facebook. I don't know his Facebook. How can I give you his Facebook if I don't know it? Now, this is what he's done. Give me his Skype. Why do you want his Skype so bad? Are you gonna stop him? Are you gonna be like, "Hey, bitch"? Hey, you know the Wendy's girl's a bitch? Dude, if I'm eating and some girl walks up to me and tries to correct me for what I'm eating and she like shoves it in my face, like, "Oh, you can have this new chicken salad." Like, to me, that just strikes as a bitch. All right, you're a bitch. All right, I don't care what you're eating, what you're having. You know, I just don't care. That's just me. I just don't care. Speaking of big booty bitches, I'm the see another bitch that decided to get married. Everyone can't fucking marry WWE. It's like, oh, if you're a diva in the last couple of years in WWE, oh, you're married. Like, damn. Like, do people not know that usually wrestling and marriage do not mix so well? Do they not know this? Yes? No, maybe so. What are your thoughts on the Hulkster's Wrestling Jesus buddy? I don't know. I mean, I haven't really seen a Wrestling Jesus video in like a while. And I mean a while, I mean like a year. Because I haven't really seen any of his. Because it seems like whenever I try to like subscribe to him or try to like watch his videos for giggles, really, just for laughs, it seems like he deletes his account. So it's just like, okay, subscribe to your account because this got deleted, and now I gotta look Wrestling Jesus up again just to find another account. You ever eat at Wendy's? No, honestly, I'm trying to lay back on the fast food. To be honest with you, I used to like occasionally eat fast food. Now it's like I practically never eat fast food. You know, it's kind of like the whole. I'm actually trying to move on to a natural foods, not really a diet, but just like a substitution, really, because you know I don't want to die when I'm like 40 years old of a heart attack because like, oh, only I had less fast food. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to eat better and you know, do what I can to make, you know, have a healthier, somewhat happier life. Like, it sucks, you know, obviously, you know, you go on television, you see on television all these commercials of, oh, try our new triple bacon, double cheese, deluxe cheeseburger, only $4.99, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, it's tempting to look, it looks good, but, you know, it's not worth it. So that guy sounds like Mickey Mouse, you know? I disagree with you. I like Slight Daddy. I think he's a cool person. You know, he makes good videos and he's entertaining. So that's why I disagree with you. Hey, would you agree to disagree? Okay. Okay. Hope we've had this quick discussion with each other today. So that being said, I'm probably gonna cut this video right now. I did say a few minutes, and it has been a few minutes. So I do appreciate everyone that came to this Google Hangout. It was pretty fun. A lot of randomness as usual. It seems like whenever I do a Google Hangout, there's always randomness. And you could thank final limits for that, but you know, he's always been a fan of mine, so I appreciate it. And you know, that's pretty much it, really. So hope you guys have a good day or good night, I should say, because now it's officially 8 o'clock in the East Coast. It's only 5 in the evening here, so. We talked for quite a bit. So, anyway, so if you guys enjoyed this hangout, we'll do it again sometime. I might actually do, okay. Whoa. if I still can't make a video for Raw on YouTube, I'll just live stream it like I do now. Obviously not this long. Obviously it's going to be like 10 minutes or so, but maybe a little bit longer. That's just going to be that. Because that way it's a lot easier, and at least I'll get a video onto YouTube of a Raw review instead of just, not making it whatsoever. So it's either not making it whatsoever if YouTube continues to screw around with me uploading a video, or it's me streaming in via Google Hangout like this. So I'll probably do it like this. Cheers, man. See ya. So maybe MT Omar can be a part of it. Yes, we still need to do that Raw review someday, guys. Omar, MTO, looking at you guys. Freaking, oh, let's do a Raw review. Freaking Omar, freaking couple weeks ago, like, oh shit, let's do a Raw review. Oh wait, MTO's computer screwed up. But whenever it's fixed, we'll tell you. And then like 2 days later, I go on my subscription marks. The MT Omar reviews, Raw review for June. I think it was like June whatever. Like, let's say June 4th or something. And I was just like, oh my god. Yeah, exactly. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. Goodbye. The end. Exactly. Yada yada. Goodbye. The end. Perfect. So yeah, about to close this right now. Just typical prolonging, procrastinating. I enter middle school thing right now. So we still need to do that goddamn freaking Raw review. Anyways, yada yada. Blah blah blah. The end. Goodbye. Peace. Yo.